Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. Beginning today, all Wisconsinites over the age of 5 must wear a mask inside public spaces. While Dane County already had a mask policy of its own in place, it means changes for others, like Columbia County. That's where Adam Duxter spent the day seeing how the mandate is impacting one of Wisconsin's biggest tourist destinations.
Well, despite one of its largest water park attractions being closed for the day due to a COVID outbreak among staff, many are still headed to the Wisconsin Dells this weekend. And on the first day of Wisconsin's new statewide mask policy, businesses and visitors are getting accustomed. Working in the downtown Dells has always been something Maria Raschel has appreciated.
I love meeting the people. You know, just getting to visit with people as they're coming through town, finding out where they're from.
But the owner of Thompson's Full Bloom says coronavirus has changed just about everything for her and her neighbors in the downtown district, as more and more test positive throughout the country, meaning less and less people making the trip.
80 to 90% of our customers are visitors to the Dells, whether they're right from the local community and just visiting from the day, or people that are coming from out of state.
But today, the Dells look different as they enter into day one of Wisconsin's mask mandate. Well, sheriffs from Columbia and Adams County say they won't be enforcing the rules. Restaurants and shops still are. Some say they're upset about the rule changes.
Just doesn't seem the same, you know, having to wear a mask all the time. I just don't really see why that we have to do it. It should be a personal choice, in my opinion.
But Raschel says in a year where so much has changed already, both her and her customers have continued to do what they have to in order to stay safe.
Most of the people, the majority, are wearing them, and I guess I don't really hear anything of anybody saying they have a problem with it. There are some people that aren't wearing them, but you know, what are we going to do?
And of course, there are exemptions for the new statewide mask policy, like eating, drinking, and swimming, meaning many of the main attractions here in the Dells can stay open. For a full list of those exemptions and everything you need to know about the new mask mandate, you can visit our website, fox47.com. In the Wisconsin Dells, Adam Duxter, Fox 47 News at 9.
Like Adam just mentioned, there are some exemptions to the mask mandate, but there are a lot of new rules to remember as well. Here's a reminder of what that means for us here in Wisconsin. Under the new rules, anyone 5 and older is required to cover their face in public. This includes enclosed or indoor spaces that aren't a private residence, like outdoor restaurants and patios. Instead of being able to take your mask off while you're seated, you'll now have to keep it on, except for when you're eating or drinking. You'll also have to wear masks on public transportation, in rideshare cars, and while exercising indoors at the gym. We have a detailed list spelling out these rules on channel3000.com. And keep in mind, the statewide mandate sets the minimum requirements you need to follow. This means if the statewide orders are stricter than the mandates already in place where you live, you'll now have to follow what the governor is putting into effect instead. Your county and city have the ability to put more mandates into effect on top of the ones issued by the Evers administration. Here in Dane County, we've been using face coverings for a few weeks now, and we're starting to see the positive impact the mandate is having. Dane County's local order went into effect on July 13th. And since then, the number of COVID cases have dropped from an average of 98 a day to 63. That's a 35% decrease. The county's public health department says this is because most people have been wearing masks and they're working. If you still need a mask, our partners at Madison Magazine have a list of more than 70 local businesses making and selling masks online and in person. We also have a video showing you how to make a mask at home with materials you probably already have. Both of those are on our website. Let's get a look at your first warned weather now with Gary Canalti. Another comfortable day, but we're expecting some rain tomorrow.
Yeah, some showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast, especially for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Today, we had some clouds at times. You can see this on the time lapse from the WISC Skycam. You can see the clouds kind of thickening up a little bit, but nothing that really brought any rain around the Madison area. And then as we headed towards sunset, we started to get a few more peaks of sunshine. There are showers to our south and east through the Chicago area. Some showers and isolated thunderstorms to the north and west over northwestern Wisconsin. We're kind of in between weather systems right now. High temperature today in Madison, 82 before the clouds thickened up. Most of southern Wisconsin had temperatures in the upper 70s to the lower 80s. Current temperatures are now in the upper 60s to around 70. Still 70 in Janesville, Monroe, and Mineral Point. And dew point temperatures are starting to climb very slowly, but they're getting into the lower to middle 60s, so it's becoming a little more humid. That'll keep the low temperature up to 62 degrees by early tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow, look for skies become mostly cloudy. Showers and thunderstorms becoming likely during the afternoon with a high of 77. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some cooler weather as we start next week.
Thank you, Gary. Justice Jill Karofsky officially joins the Wisconsin Supreme Court today after being sworn in during a 100-mile run throughout the state. Our Gabriela Becerra shares what Karofsky says she'll bring to the table.
Finishing 35 miles while almost simultaneously starting a 10-year term on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Justice Jill Karofsky takes a quick break from running an ultra marathon to take the oath of office.
I, Jill Karofsky,
who have been elected.
Even former Governor Jim Doyle recognizing the unusual inauguration.
But this is a first. This is the most unique of them all.
But adding that it translates to the person Karofsky is.
She has, as we know from this ceremony today, limitless energy and determination, as demonstrated by the 100-mile run that she's on.
Karofsky won the election in April, bringing down the court's conservative majority. But Karofsky says she won't take any ideologies with her to the court.
I'm going to look at every single case in the Supreme Court, analyze every case by looking at the law and making decisions based on what the law says. And I will do that no matter what the issue is that comes before us.
Karofsky says her intention is to make clear decisions that uphold the law and hopes the court can build a consensus.
And now we are able to continue to make sure that the voices of the people of Wisconsin are heard, that they know that they are going to get a fair shake in their Supreme Court.
So with 65 miles to go before celebrating,
I'm going to take a shower and put my feet up and maybe enjoy a good Wisconsin beer.
Karofsky is off to finish her race. In Bosco, I'm Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
As appointed by Governor Tony Evers, Representative Chris Taylor will take Karofsky's seat on the Dane County Circuit Court. The city of Madison is testing voting equipment ahead of the upcoming elections. Representatives from the city clerk's office are making sure all machines are accurately counting ballots by running hypothetical votes. They test marking devices and ballot tabulators and compare those numbers to counts done by hand. Officials say this process is open to the public and is completed before every election.
It's important that we have an open process so that way the voters and the general public can be assured that what's happening is being done appropriately, making sure that there's no funny business going on, that the machines are reporting properly, and that we're doing what we need to do.
Once city testers confirm a machine is counting accurately, they reset it, clearing out all of the votes and seal it up until Election Day. Talks to pass a new coronavirus relief bill stalled again today. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer sat down with the Treasury Secretary and White House Chief of Staff. They said it was productive, but they're still not close to an agreement.
There are many issues that are still very much outstanding where we're apart, but we had a serious discussion and we went down piece by piece and saw where each side is at.
There's clearly a subset of issues where we both agree on very much. We're very interested in extending on enhanced unemployment insurance. We're very interested in schools. We're very interested in jobs.
The meeting comes just hours after federal unemployment dollars for out-of-work Americans expired. The enhanced benefit gave an extra $600 to those unemployed. House leaders say there are talks to cancel the traditional August recess in order to get a bill passed. TikTok says it's here for the long run after President Trump threatened to ban the app yesterday. The U.S. general manager for the Chinese-owned video app says its staff is dedicated to building the safest app possible. The app is owned by the China-based company ByteDance, but it denies any government control or influence. President Trump last night tweeted that he could ban the app as soon as today with an executive order. TikTok currently has about 80 million active monthly users, according to the BBC. A Florida teen is behind bars today after last month's mass Twitter hack. Graham Clark was arrested on Friday morning in Tampa after an investigation conducted by federal and state investigators. The Twitter hack took over the accounts of prominent users like Joe Biden, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk and used them to promote a Bitcoin scam. The scam aimed to steal from Americans who wanted to invest in the cryptocurrency. 2 other people have also been charged in the hack. Coming up after the break, why one surgical procedure is defying national trends at a local hospital. And the pandemic is increasing the risk of food insecurity across the country. One local community center is providing a way to keep our community fed. How you can help. Stay with us.
get you back to it. And here's how, with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer. Finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value menu is here. Choose from a crispy chicken sandwich, a gyro, and a beef and cheddar. Any 2 for only $6 every day. Tell your friends, tell your family, yell it from the rooftops, baby. Call that guy who still owes you $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Kindness makes a world of difference at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Save at least $300 on stressless recliners and office chairs. Plus, save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. There's never been a better time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort of stressless seating. Be kind and save generously at the Century House.
It's the first weekend of August and the beginning of Black Business Month. We'll hear from Madison's Black Chamber about the special ways you can help support local minority-owned businesses all month long. Start your Sunday with us at 6:30.
Sponsored by Clean Lakes Alliance's Lake Forecast Monitoring app.
World Breastfeeding Week is starting today, and one area hospital wants people to use this time to appreciate new moms. SSM Health in Janesville, designated a baby-friendly hospital, is home to 8 certified lactation counselors. These counselors say breastfeeding can be a challenge for many moms, both physically and emotionally.
They need that support to keep going because breastfeeding can be, I'll say it, a thankless job sometimes because you don't know instantly that it's going well until your baby starts to have that weight gain. It's exhausting.
They also say many patients are unaware of their options or the benefits of breastfeeding for both mom and baby. But with the help of lactation consultants, those patients often find the support they need. UW Health says it performed more heart transplants during the pandemic. The hospital says that defies the national trend. Most hospitals saw a significant decline in surgeries and other medical procedures, leading to a 25% reduction in heart transplants. But UW Health says heart transplant numbers were the same or better than last year.
That we as a state in Wisconsin didn't get quite hit as hard as places like New York, California, etc. Another thing that's really exceptional about our transplant program is that instead of being quite dogmatic, saying that we were only going to transplant patients who are high on the list, the sickest patients, we decided to take each individual individually.
Between March and May, UW Health surgeons performed 9 heart transplants and added 10 people to the transplant waiting list. The wait time for transplants also decreased. When it comes to caring for patients, current personal protective equipment standards aren't enough to keep doctors and nurses safe. That's according to a new study from King's College in London. They say even with gloves, gowns, and masks, healthcare workers are still at a 3 times greater risk of catching the virus compared to the public. For minority healthcare workers, the risk is even greater, at 5 times more likely to contract the coronavirus. Previous studies estimated that healthcare workers account for up to 20% of all COVID-19 cases. The FDA is authorizing 2 new forms of coronavirus tests. Like some previous tests, they look for antibodies that indicate a person has been infected at some point. But they go a step further and try to measure the quantity of those antibodies. Researchers want to use that data to study potential immunity in people who've had COVID-19. But they say patients with coronavirus antibodies should not assume that they can't get COVID-19 again. The search for missing Marines continues in California after a fatal training accident. 1 Marine is dead and 8 service members are missing after their amphibious assault vehicle sank while on a training mission off the coast near San Diego on Thursday. The crew was performing routine exercises in an amphibious vehicle when it began taking on water. Search and rescue teams hope to find the servicemen. All AAV training has been suspended for the time being. Tropical storm Isaias is still on a path to Florida. The state's governor, Ron DeSantis, is warning his state to not be fooled by the storm's slight weakening. He says the state will still see impacts. The storm's intensity weakened a little in the last few hours, but is expected to regain hurricane strength as it moves toward Florida. Gary Canalti has been keeping an eye on the storm for us today, and he has a look in your First Warn weather.
Well, Amanda, here is the latest view from the National Weather Service Doppler radar in Miami, Florida. Already you can start to see the outer bands of Isaias as it moves through the southern Bahamas. We'll put the radar into motion, and you can see that there are these kind of like little vortices, these little spin-ups that are probably producing some very strong winds in the outer wall of the main circulation, which is kind of broad. And you can see there's not a lot of precipitation on the south side. That means some dry air is being pulled into the storm, and that's what's been causing some weakening. But eventually, as it continues to move to the northwest and eventually north over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream, it should become better organized. Right now, hurricane warnings are in effect from south of Miami all the way to the Georgia-Florida state line. Hurricane watches in effect for Georgia, and then tropical storm watches up as far north as Charleston, South Carolina, and then inland areas have tropical storm warnings in Florida. The latest information, still moving to the northwest at 9 miles per hour, maximum sustained winds at 70 miles per hour with some gusts up to 85 miles per hour, probably in that squally area to the north and east of the main center of circulation. The latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center, updated at the top of the hour, shows it as a Category 1 hurricane moving right along the east coast of Florida, then into the Atlantic just off the coast of Jacksonville, and then you can see it heading toward Charleston, South Carolina, as a very strong tropical storm just below hurricane force. Then as the storm races northeastward, the winds on the east side of the storm will pick up because of the counterclockwise wind circulation, so you have the winds and the motion of the storm all in the same direction, whereas areas to the west of the track won't see winds nearly as strong. But this will pass near New York City, Boston, and then eventually out into the eastern portions of Canada. And behind it, another area of disturbed weather, Tropical Depression 10. Looks like that will fizzle out and shouldn't be too much of a factor. For us, we've got some showers and isolated thunderstorms over northwestern Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota. Those will be moving in here for tomorrow afternoon. The Madison Lakes forecast, water temperature is missing right now, but you can see Lake Mendota and Lake Wingra right now have all beaches open. Monona and Waubesa have at least one lake closure. You can find out more information by going to lakeforecast.org. So for Madison for tomorrow, look for skies to become mostly cloudy. We'll see some mainly afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. High temperature at 77 degrees. On future track, not looking for any rain tonight. Low temperatures dropping to the lower 60s, but the clouds will start thickening up. And then you can see during the afternoon some showers and thunderstorms popping up. They'll continue into tomorrow evening. By tomorrow night, they'll start settling to the south, and just a chance for a shower, mainly south and east of Madison during the day on Monday with highs in the lower 70s. Rainfall amounts spotty. Some areas will pick up less than 1/4 of an inch. There could be a few spots that pick up over an inch and a heavier shower or thunderstorm. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, notice the temperatures start out cool next week, but then start warming up toward the end of the week and into the following weekend. Those temperatures back into the lower to middle 80s by next weekend. More humidity could lead to a thunderstorm chance at that time, but at this point, it looks like, for the most part, it'll be a dry forecast with just a gradual warm-up next week. Enjoy the cool weather to start the week.
Yeah, we haven't had that humidity in a few days now, but it's coming back.
Break.
Yeah, nice break. Thank you so much, Gary.
You're welcome.
The Goodman Community Center's Hunger Heroes Drive is currently underway. In the first week of the pandemic, Goodman received calls for help from 4 times the number of people they currently serve. 4 months in, their numbers are still up by 30%. The problem is, while demand is up, donations are not. The center was unable to accept food for the first several months of the pandemic, so now they're hoping this drive can help them meet demands.
Now more than ever, we need support. Food insecurity, those who were in need before are in greater need right now.
This year, the center is asking not just for food, but for personal care items and school supplies as well. You can find a full list of what they're looking for on our website. And tomorrow is the last day for the donation drive. It runs from 9 until 1 o'clock. You can also go to our website, channel3000.com, to make a monetary donation. Marcus Smart has some choice words after a charge on Giannis was overturned last night. Find out what the NBA is doing coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Mako is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
America, we want to help get you back to it. And here's how, with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer. Finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
I'm here. Auntie's here. Hey, Mom and Dad here.
Shall we begin? Together, nothing can keep us apart. That's why U.S. Cellular is building powerful 5G coverage that works inside and out. And now, get $700 off the latest phones. U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
Hercules. I have been expecting you.
Aha! And I brought you a gift so you can fight properly. Red Bull.
Oh!
How nice.
Of you.
But also
rather
stupid.
Mine.
Mine.
No, mine.
No, mine.
Mine.
Mine. Red Bull gives you wings.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Mako is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Well, the winner of the first player to get fined in the NBA restart is Marcus Smart. He was critical of the refs after the Bucks beat the Celtics last night. And he said the refs gave him a quote-unquote excuse in explaining their decision to overturn a charge against Giannis in the closing minutes of the game. That will cost him $15,000. Word of advice, just don't mess with Giannis, all right? On to the Brewers. The earliest the team will play at Miller Park will be on Monday night when they host the White Sox, given that everyone on both teams, of course, stays healthy. Now, the entire series against the Cardinals has been postponed after 2 members of the team tested positive yesterday. That delayed the home opener. And then today, 1 player and 3 staff members also reportedly tested positive, postponing today's game as well as tomorrow's doubleheader. Now, General Manager David Stern said today that the visiting clubhouse has gone through a quote-unquote robust cleaning, and really all you can do in these scenarios is be ready.
It's a waiting game. We understand that Major League Baseball needs as much information as possible before making decisions about canceling games, and so we're kind of prepared to play each and every single day until we're told otherwise.
Now, the other big story of the day for the Brewers, Lorenzo Cain has opted out of the rest of the season. Cain will have 2 years left on his 5-year, $80 million deal when he comes back next season. And he was batting a career-high .333, but for right now, he says that this was a personal choice because of all the uncertainty and unknown surrounding baseball at this time. He felt like this was the best decision for his family. Cain and his wife, they have 3 sons, and they're all under the age of 7. Stearns said that the organization supports Cain's decision 100%. Now, Cain is joining a growing list of now 17 Major League Baseball players that have chosen to opt out of the season, putting personal reasons ahead of playing baseball. League Commissioner Rob Manfred spoke to ESPN this morning about the increasing concern in the number of cases, and he said that the players really need to do better in terms of social distancing and quarantining, and says he is not a quitter in general, and there's no reason to quit right now. And the league has had to be fluid, but it is manageable. Now, you can imagine that a lot of eyes will be closely watching how the MLB handles this in the next few days. Now, as for the NFL, the deadline to opt out of the season has been moved up to either Tuesday or Wednesday. That's according to ESPN. So any players who are considered to be high risk, they will accrue a season and get $350,000. And anyone who isn't considered high risk but is just not comfortable playing, they will get $150,000. Now, Matthew Stafford, quarterback of the Detroit Lions, they've placed him on their reserve COVID-19 list. That means he's either tested positive for COVID-19 or he was in close contact with someone who did. Now, he's the first starting quarterback to be on the list and the 8th Detroit player on it. Not clear yet how long he'll be on it, but as for the Packers, they had no players test positive today or to be placed on that list, Amanda, and tomorrow we'll hear about how the players are doing. We're supposed to speak with head coach Matt LaFleur tomorrow morning, so we'll have that for you tomorrow night.
I mean, so many things still unknown. Even if you plan for a game, things get moved around very quickly.
It's all up in the air.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Melissa. We'll be right back.
Experience the joy of a bigger world in a highly connected Lexus vehicle at the Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Lease the 2020 UX 250 Hybrid all-wheel drive for $309 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Pick and Save, we give you more ways to save on the fresh you love, like the Pick and Save app. It combines personalized coupons, fuel points, and weekly sales for the best deals. From meat to fruits and veggies to milk to whatever is in that. We've always given you more ways to save, and now those savings are even better than ever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
If someone came to you and asked, what are you invested in? Would your answer be about mutual funds and money markets? Or would it be mutual relationships and farmers markets? Maybe both. At Thrivent, we believe money is a tool, not a goal. And with the right guidance, it can afford you a life rich in meaning and gratitude. By gaining financial clarity today, you can thrive with purpose tomorrow. To learn more, text THRIVE to 484848 or visit Thrivent.com.
Lately, we've found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
Home is dancing because no one's watching. Home is a reason to disturb the peace. Home is laughter. Home is where heads come to rest. A place to let go and a place to find again. At Stanley Steamer, we love home, and we know that a clean home is a healthy home. We're ready when you are.
Ready to step into summer? Like really soak it all in. Set your sights on a breathtaking view. Explore a fresh coast right outside your door. Be awed by the awe-inspiring. Or savor a meal in the very place it was grown. Well, isn't it time you experienced the wonders of Wisconsin?
Experience the adventure of a bigger world in a highly capable Lexus SUV at the Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Lease the 2020 NX 300 for $339 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
We're out of time, but thanks for joining us. Have a great night.